that she's been holding Blueface accountable. She was talking about Blueface having babies with homeless people, meaning Nevaeh. She explains what she considers homeless, and she considers Nevaeh homeless because Nevaeh couldn't afford a plane ticket home. Also, she was saying that she's never seen Nevaeh cook from her own home, so she considers her homeless. So she was basically saying that Nevaeh's mistake was begging Blueface for money, and she was throwing down some sugar baby 101 lessons. For example, don't ask for money until after 6 months. Don't give up the kitty cat only after 60 to 90 days. And she was dragging Nevaeh. Guys, she was dragging her, okay? She was saying, how can Nevaeh allow this man to put a baby up in her and it's only been 90 days? She says Nevaeh needs to love herself. And she put the blame on Nevaeh's mama. So Carlissa says that she is actually very disappointed in the whole situation. She was saying that Blueface is rich, but the chat quickly checked Carlissa and let her know that he is not rich. Guys, check this out.
I'm trying to calm down so I don't cuss none of y'all out real quick. Hold on. Okay.
Man, she got a lot of nerve, man. Hey, man, appreciate whoever hit that like, man. But yeah, she got a lot of nerve, you know what I'm saying?
All those people that are in my comments and on my posts talking about, why don't you hold your son accountable? Who the fuck y'all think I'm talking to? Who do y'all think I'm talking to? You think I'm talking about the mistake people that he's out here entertaining? You think I'm talking to them? I have all them people blocked, so why would I be talking to them? I'm talking to my son, and I'm talking to anybody that he entertains in the future. Okay? I'm letting the future people know that you should get yourself in order before you come over here, because I'm gonna talk. Then why you ain't holding your son accountable? Who the fuck you think I'm talking to? The rejects of America? Why would I be talking to the rejects of a fuck America that's looking for the land to land a home through somebody that ain't even ready to give nobody no home yet? Why would I be talking to them? This is lost causes.
Now, she say that, but wasn't like Blueface putting his house up, I wouldn't say for auction, but he was selling his house, and they were saying that he is in debt. So it's like, you sure about that, man? Like, that sounds crazy. You feel me? Like, what part of the game of that? You calling him out? Hold up. You calling him out? Copy this. Like, that don't make no sense. What is it about this that's making it go red? The links? Ah, that could be it. That sucked. Um, man. How is it 600 though? Man.
place to stay. I know how that feels. No, I don't know how that feels. Because if I didn't have a place to stay, before I let somebody just give me a baby for a place to stay, I would go over my daddy's house, okay? Us women that have sons, we get it. That y'all, we got friends like y'all. We got friends that ain't got nowhere to go, that would love to be shacked up all day with a rich man. And we know, girl, if we got daddies, we got friends that ain't got daddies. We know what y'all doing. Now, the men might not know, and I'm not going to put them up on game. But I'm going to put my son up on game, and I'm going to put up Emma.
Yeah, she already said a lot already. Why don't you just spill the tea?
Every woman who come over here, as soon as she comes, I'm going to let her know now that when she comes and she homeless, that she going to have a ratchet mother-in-law talking to shit about how she came up over here looking for a man while she was homeless. And anybody that don't got their name on the goddamn paperwork, to me, is considered homeless. If I don't see you at your house making a meal and I see you at my son's house making a meal, you homeless. If I see you at my son's house and you ain't shit at your own house, you homeless. And ain't nothing wrong with being homeless. I promise you ain't nothing wrong with it. I'm down for the cause. Find somebody else's son to play with. Not mine, not none of my grandkids, none of that. Okay? If you need a goddamn, if you ain't got money for an airline ticket, you homeless. Airline tickets be on sale on spirit.com every goddamn day. Then we get on here and we see you begging. So we already know y'all already think my son is sugar daddy and he ain't even 30 yet. Y'all out here trying to make my son a sugar daddy and he ain't even 30. Where they do that at? Girl, you know you supposed to be out here. Let me tell you how a player I would be. Let me tell you how a player I would be. I wouldn't let a rich know I ain't got the airplane money. And I damn sure wouldn't be asking for no airplane money for one of my kids. Girl, I would get that money from my sugar daddy and floss and boss on him the whole time. That's how you get a rich. You don't get a rich man with your hand out. I'm trying to help y'all out. Because the minute y'all ask my son for something, he gonna start treating you like a golden retriever. I'm trying to help y'all out, and I'm trying to help him out too. Okay? I don't know why y'all mama didn't put y'all up on game, but ain't none of my friends about to ask for no airline ticket. Now, if I buy one and you want to repay me for it, I'll gladly take it. But I'm not going to be like, I need me an airline ticket to get home. This not the Wizard of Oz. He's not Toto. He's not the wizard. You need your own airline tickets in America. Okay? Because the minute you can't even buy an airline ticket, he's going to treat you like a golden retriever. Then all y'all on here that ain't got money for an airline ticket going to be like, he a dog. He a dog. No, he just already seen you start begging, and it ain't even been 90 days. Y'all don't even have...
Yeah, ain't nothing worse than somebody coming into your life and then you less than a week of knowing them and then they already begging for stuff. It's like, think I'm Boo Boo the Fool or something? And that's how people get taken advantage of on a daily. And the crazy part about it is, like, shit, you got people that's out there that just be looking for suckers. Crazy.
Y'all mamas didn't even put y'all up on game to get a just out here thinking you cute enough to get one. It's a total turnoff. Chris Brown, 50 Cent, all these minutes y'all ask for money. Watch how they treat you. I'm trying to help y'all out. Y'all don't want to take advice from, okay? He ain't no. You don't ask Rick for nothing for the first 6 months. Did y'all see why 50 Cent dropped that? Y'all not picking up what I'm putting down? I don't care if you hungry, bitch. Act like you not hungry. You don't let nobody know you need them in 6 months. They not sprung enough yet. It takes 6 months to get sprung. If you give him a baby within 30 days, he's going to treat you and your baby like, get to the wilderness
60 to 90 days? Lord have mercy. Like who waiting on that? You feel me? I don't know, man. That's kind of a while, man. That's kind of some time. 60, 90 days. Man, good luck.
Everything, I mean, everything else but that. You don't give nobody no kitty cat in 30 days and a baby. That sounds like a welfare project. What the fuck is wrong? Who's crazy? You got no self-esteem.
Oh my God. Just the whole process of manufacturers was too
Sheesh.
expensive. Quality was absolute garbage. Getting a sample and
And the minute y'all open y'all mouth and say, can you get me and my baby a plane ticket? I want to go home. While you Dorothy and he the Wizard of Oz, they gonna tell you to get to cooking them heels. Don't nobody want no media woman, and you got a kid. I don't know why y'all don't listen to me. And now, at least if you was like in college, getting ready to graduate with your master's, it'd be different. But an EBT card and you want a plane ticket, even Trump ain't going for that. Come on now, y'all need y'all to get it together. Get it together. When you want to get you a sugar daddy first. So he don't know you can't buy a plane ticket. A man is not going to invest in a woman who can't buy a plane ticket. She out here asking everybody for a plane ticket. Now some of these cowboys that been slanging it, they ain't looking for a wife anyway. Okay, they're looking for somebody to help carry that weight. But some of these people that got common sense know if you bringing zero to the table, you ain't gonna be worth zero next year. And even if Zeus give you a little punk ass check, you ain't gonna know how to flip that. There's only a couple Zeus employees. I mean a couple, and Zeus know that. They know that when they hire them. She'll be back thirsty to the motherfucker next year. You ain't seen me beg for shit. If you give me 100,000, 300,000, 500,000, you can guarantee I'm gonna flip that shit 3 times, 3 different ways on the table. That's how you get a man. If a man can't hand you his paycheck and you flip that check, he's not gonna marry you. Y'all gonna be out here going from man to man to man, looking for a man next year too. If I go to jail and you can't flip this money while I'm gone and at least not be home, why would I participate in the festivities? You're not worth nothing but an EBT card. And that's not your fault. That's your mammy fault. It ain't your fault. That's your mammy fault. That's what I would tell them. It's not my fault. It's my mammy fault. So anyway, I got things to do today, and I just wanted y'all to get a little lesson, and I wanted y'all to know that I'm not talking to these people. I'm talking to the people that got me blocked, that came out of my kitty cat.
Now she's saying all that, talking about she's talking to her people that got her blocked, but she was just not saying that her son and everybody else that got her blocked. So it's like, it sounds like you're talking to the crowd though.
Okay, I'm not talking, and if somebody pick up what I'm putting down, good for you. Good for you. Girl, I wouldn't even tell a man I was pregnant in 30 days. I wouldn't even have the audacity to tell him and nobody else that you got out of jail on November 3rd and I might be pregnant. I wouldn't tell a goddamn soul that shit. And the mere fact that you don't have common sense enough to know that tells me you ain't about to be able to teach.
I ain't gonna lie, like, well, everything that she's saying is like, what are you saying to your son? Because it do take 2 people to interact with all this stuff. And, I feel like, or I think, with the women that's getting pregnant, you do have to look at the dude that's impregnating them. So, you can't impregnate somebody, and then it's just a whole messy ass situation.
Teach my grandkids how to talk by the time they 3. on game. Even my own son, I be telling y'all, milk that cow, get that bag. Y'all go over there and do the dumbest shit. I don't believe it. So I would never tell her to do that. I don't believe in that either. I'm just saying. I would have waited till I was 7 months and hid that in my if I had to before I let a whole country know that a man got out of jail on November 3rd. He ain't even got done with the probation period.
Yeah, she got a point with that. Oh, what's up, son? Your earlier stream was short. I was there listening. I gave it a like. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I was low key kind of just testing everything out. That's on the I was testing everything out. That's on the. I'm on the phone now. Now that I'm able to do like mobile live streams and stuff or whatever, and see how the algorithms for that. I did the same on this one. Oh, I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Okay, what I'm saying? You don't let nobody know you that goddamn out here thirsty. They won't give you no goddamn water. Now, to all of y'all out there that's looking for a rich man, I'm going to help you out because you probably about to run into one tomorrow. I feel it. It's about 400 people on here. And I feel like 200 of y'all, I'm prophesying right now. A couple of y'all finna meet a rich man. And rich don't mean rich in his pockets. Don't listen to that doctor lady either. That doctor lady is crazy. Denzel Washington's wife was working. She was walking her ass off. And that man was out there auditioning. He ain't have no money, but he had a dream. So don't let you get no doctor who's over here with no hot tail tell you that a man that ain't got it all ain't a man worth keeping. That's a damn lie. Because like I said, if he...
I think that's like more that new age type of stuff or whatever. It's a lot of women that's out there that's not necessarily willing to be down for their man like that. And it's like kind of rare because basically a lot of the chicks out here nowadays, they just want somebody that's already put together. They're not willing to be there and put in any work, you know?
Give you $10, you better figure out how to make that $20, and then when you get that 20, you get to make it to 100. Okay, he needs to see you that you know how to invest before he'll give you anything else. Okay, that's the first thing. Now, for all of y'all that's fixing to meet y'all rich man, I need you to not ask that motherfucker for nothing. At least the first 90 days. Now, if we go to dinner.
That's what I'm saying. She talking about not asking the dude for nothing for the first 90 days. And honestly, like that, it got to go both ways, basically. But like, I do find it strange. And to be honest with you, at the end of the day, anybody that's asking you for stuff within the first week, the first 2 weeks of you knowing them, they low key testing you. And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of chicks out there be doing stuff. Yo, what's up, 33rd? What's happening? A lot of chicks be doing stuff like that just to see if they can use you or not. And that's what I'm saying. It's like you would think in relationships that everything is transparent and upfront and stuff like that. But nah, there's a lot of people out there that's using people. And it's a cold game. So it's just like relationships is like boxing, low key. Gotta protect yourself at all times. Smash that like when you guys in it. Yeah, do that. Smash that like. Well, that's crazy, man. Man, hey, I seen that you uploaded a short, like basically like the same short that I did with that song. You like it?
If we go to lunch, if we take a cruise, if we do a function, that's different. That's dating on your dime, on your time. But you don't put your hand out and ask nobody for no goddamn money. Nobody. You don't even ask your girlfriend for no money in 90 days. Get your shit together. Get you another.
So basically, her whole thing is don't ask nobody for no money within the first 90 days. Son of trash. That's I like your post. Yeah, for sure. Um, yeah, man. 90 days. Basically, that's like 3 months and stuff like that. I never necessarily put a time limit on when I'm about to give somebody some money, but you know, it got to feel right. Because at the end of the day, I was telling somebody, I think I was telling a homie or whatever, how you start a relationship is basically going to be the same way that you have to maintain it. And if you start off giving somebody $1,000, and then midway through the relationship or after y'all kind of establish something, then you stop giving her $1,000, technically she could say that you changed because you're not giving her the same amount of money that you was giving her before. So, you know, got to be careful. A lot of times, how a lot of relationships start are the same way that they end. So, you definitely don't want to be in that boat to where you're always leading with cash and not your character, because you can't always lead with cash and then complain when people look at you as like a piggy bank or something. So, that song is trash, and yes, I like the post. That song gave me like 16 subscribers to that. That's good for you, man. That's good for you. That's funny. Yeah, because I know I uploaded it the other day, and then I looked at it, something in my feed, and I was thinking like, dang, that picture looked different. But then I noticed that it's that you uploaded the same song. When you first meet someone, act broke, you will see who they are. Yeah, honestly, on some real shit. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, it's best to lead. If you got a good personality or if you're a good person, you don't always have to lead with money. You know, some people might need help and everything, but at the same time, once you start shelling out money, they'll start looking at you as like their personal bank. So it's not being rude or anything, but that's learning a life lesson. And honestly, at the end of the day, uh, you got that story about how the father that teaches his son how to fish versus the father that buys the fish for them. So if you really want to help that person, help them learn how to get certain finances together other than just putting a band-aid on a bullet hole wound, you know? So as some advice, you said don't put all your cards out when you first meet somebody. Yeah, basically. So shit, she's saying like wait 90 days.
Job.
Bad designers let AI do all the work, but great designers know how to direct AI to get better results.
Goddamn money. Nobody. You don't even ask your girlfriend for no money in 90 days. Get your shit together. Get you another job. God damn. Oh, when you ever met a girlfriend in 90 days, she asked about, can you give me a plane ticket so we can go to Miami? Like, girl, I just met you 90 days ago. Then y'all want to know why Blue don't like women. He's horrible to women. No, he's horrible to... He know his mama?
If he's horrible to hoes, then it's like, why does he keep attracting hoes? They say birds of a feather flock together. So if I know somebody's a thief, I'm not going to be hanging out with them unless I'm a thief also. So, it basically can go two ways. Why are you in the presence of somebody? If you can ask why she asking for money, you can flip that same question and say, why are you dealing with somebody that has to ask for money? Basically level yourself up and don't deal with no broke ass females. But that's like, honestly, And that's how certain people are. Sometimes certain people, you would think that they're doing something just out the kindness of their heart, but a lot of times they do that to brag and, feel like they're better than certain people. So, at the end of the day, it's really crazy that you just got to be careful of who you're dealing with, because it's a lot of people that do a lot of things just to say like they help the person out, you know, and it's not necessarily genuine. So, uh, the thing is, these females that he's dealing with are young, very young. So, of course, you can kind of manipulate the situation to where he feel like he's this hero basically, to these young women that he's basically manipulating.
No, nigga ain't touching this in 90 days. And if I let you, you ain't touching it for real. You got to love yourself just a little damn bit. You don't even know what kind of baby this man might give you. He might give you a goddamn frog baby. And you can run around here with a goddamn lizard. Because you a goddamn a termite letting somebody bust some goddamn nuts up in you and it ain't even been 90 days. It's all right to be a 304, but come on now. Use your common sense while you out there. God damn, 90-day trial period? You can return your motherfucking cell phone in 90 days? Y'all out here trapping people in 90 days? Y'all some different type of 304s than us 70s babies. Y'all don't like yourself at all.
And she just now was saying that she was talking about people that came out of her vajayjay, but now she's talking about the other females that her son is dealing with. So that's why it's like you're confusing.
Even your mama don't like herself, because if I went and told my mama somebody I was possibly in less than 90 days, I would get a whoop. Girl, my mother would turn me every which way but loose, and she already don't like me. So if I told her some bum bitch like that, do you know what I would do to Callie if she came and told me some shit like that? She wouldn't even have to worry about it. Girl, you don't know if this man got demons in his families in 90 days. His mama could be a whole goddamn ziggity boo ass. You shit.
Yeah, that is true. Like, you do want to be careful with who you lay down with and who you procreate with, because you don't know who you're bringing. You don't know what bloodline you're about to be mixing yourself with. So you could be mixing yourself with down there the devil itself, which is crazy. And I don't think anybody knows anybody fully within 90 days either. So it's like, yeah, man, take your time.
You could be the worst mother from hell. You ain't even, when y'all get pregnant, y'all got to go hang out and spend time with a couple of family members to make sure ain't nobody in that motherfucker on medicine. Come on now. Y'all ain't even doing the 5150 checks. Bro, you supposed to go over there people's house, meet the grandma, the mama, the daddy, and see if anybody on medicine. See if back in our time, my mama used to say, oh, my grandma, somebody used to say, girl, you need to figure out if the blood don't mix. What's it called? Because some of these men got some kind of blood disorders that can't mix with everybody. And then the kids come out ziggity-boo. What's it called? I don't gotta be mad, because I don't gotta raise no kids. I am 53 years old. I don't got to do shit. Okay? I don't got to do nothing. That's him if he want to do that. I'm very disappointed. Girl, yes, first of all, I was married when I had Blue. But the other two, you could best believe I went and met the mama, the daddy. Okay, they balling, they got it. They seem to have it all together up here. They got careers. Okay, it's a couple lawyers over here, it's a couple doctors over here. Some shit go left, I got a team. Girl, ain't no way in hell in 30 days you ain't met enough of the people. We are not talking to any one particular person. So we're only talking to the people that's playing like they want to get pregnant or trap somebody. It ain't even got it.
So now she's saying she's not talking to nobody in particular, but just previously she was saying that she was talking about people that came out of her with JJ. But a lot of the messaging that you saying sound like it applies to like not even Stunner Girl, but Nevaeh, Krishan. I don't know necessarily if she talking about the first baby mama, but yeah.
Be my son. It could be your son. Oh, I could be helping you out 10 years from now. Your son could be rich and run into one of these witches. Okay, I'm trying to help you out. I'm trying to teach you what to tell your daughter that she need to wait before she get doing all of that to see what the blood type is. Like some people is out here. Do y'all know that the people that go to them places and buy some sperm to have kids? Do y'all know that them people check to see how tall, how smart, what age, all kind of stuff? Y'all ain't even giving them that much time to figure it out. And stop worrying about my opinion. I'm directly involved, so I'm going to have an opinion about everything. And can't nobody stop me from having no opinion. I can't answer that. My grandson just entered the chat. And I got to go because he...
This is what $500,000 in a duffel bag looks like. But if you look closer, it's actually not real. That's because it's actually...
Man, do it sound like she making some sense or she trying to cover for her son? Because I really don't believe that she's saying this about only her kids. I got a feeling that she's saying this about the females that got pregnant by him. But then at the same time, it's like you got to look at Blueface for getting these girls pregnant. Like, you got to be careful where you drop your seed. Like, he's going to end up paying. It may not be today. It may not be tomorrow. But it could be years down the line to where some of these people that he's having kids with, he won't be able to see them. And that'll be something that he'll really be begging for, like the same way these girls are begging for these relationships. So you got to be careful of the energy that you put out.
He's not rich. Anybody, let's talk about that, ladies. What's considered rich? Because for me, anybody that got $1 million, that's pretty much rich to me, especially for a black person. So,
If Blueface have $1 million, we can say that that's rich. Because there's a difference between being rich and wealthy. You know, wealthy is more of a... If you're wealthy, you definitely have long-term money, generational wealth type stuff. Rich, that's like kind of more what you have currently in your bank account. And yeah, you can have a bank account that have $1 million, you know, so technically, yeah, he's kind of, you know, $1 million, that's a lot for the average person. And money is very subjective because someone can say $1 million is rich, and then the next person will say 50 million or $100 million is actually rich. So it's really dependent on the person. But to have $1 million in a bank account, kind of pretty well off.
how much money do y'all gotta have to be rich? Because I need to know. We need to know what rich is. What's rich? How rich is rich? If somebody got $1 million,
And on top of that, like, he can say that he's a millionaire before the age of 30. So, you know, he's doing better than a lot of people to where, you know, $1 million can go a long way, especially if you invest it into the right things. And to be before 30 and have $1 million, yeah, you definitely have a nice head start to where they say like men become in their prime like once they're in their 30s, like 33 or 32. That's the prime years of a man, you know, so he hasn't even reached his prime yet. So if he don't do anything foolish, he should be in a pretty decent situation.
let's talk about that. Let's not talk about them no more. What is he going on? Okay, get on my conversation. This is grown people. How rich you gotta be? How rich you gotta be? How much money you need to be rich? Tell me the IRS, your son, has $1 billion is crazy. Whose son got $1 billion? Do you got a billion? 20 million is rich. Someone that's 20 million in debt. 20 million is debt. Girl, if I'm 20 million in debt, I'm filing bankruptcy. Okay? Trump, and more Trump. Okay? But anyway, 1 million is still. That's what I was thinking. If a man got $1 million, he's rich. That's what I was thinking too, girl. Now, I don't know how many millions he got. I don't know. I'm just asking you how much is rich. $1 million is just keeping you comfy, girl. $1 million for me is gonna turn into 10 million real quick. I don't know what. If somebody give you $1 million and you only comfy hoe, you can't add and subtract, and you damn sure is not worth a ring or an investment. See how I tell y'all gotta keep your mouth quiet? She just said if she had $1 million, she only comfy. What we doing, ladies, with $1 million? If we get $1 million, what is we doing with $1 million, ladies? She said you.
33rd said $1 million ain't shit these days. Yeah, you got inflation and everything, but how much do it take to start a business? Definitely not $1 million. A vending machine, that's less than 10,000. A nice vending machine is less than 5,000. A laundromat, about 100,000, 200,000. Let's even say 300,000 for a laundromat. One of them food trucks, that's about 5,000, 10,000. So you telling me with $1 million, someone couldn't make the right investments and flip that? Like, come on, bro. Like, $1 million, you can sure do a lot with that. And I'm just saying, like, regular hard-working jobs that you can make a living off of. Food trucks, laundromats, and I'm not even talking about crypto investments and stuff like that. So, if you're not bad with your money, people can make something happen from 50,000. Even less than that. 5,000. Like I was just saying, like with the food truck, get somebody 7,500. They get their truck together, get some items and stuff like that. Shit, I know a dude that I seen this story, and he was talking about he had like a couple felonies and he couldn't get a job, so he spent like I think $1,000 or $2,000 to get a hot dog stand to where he's making $3,000 every week. So I don't know how long that's gonna last, but that just show you that you can work for yourself and make something of it, to where you invest the right money, invest the money in the right stuff, and it'll double, and then it'll triple, and then so forth. I'm not saying that you couldn't be successful with it if you're smart, but if you're not in the mindset of growing it, then it's nothing. Yeah, honestly, that goes with a lot of things. Like if you, as they say, a fool and his money will surely part. That's what they say in the Bible, right? So no matter how much money you make, you will find a way to burn through it. No matter how high inflation is, no matter how low it is. But if you have the right mindset of making the money work for you, then yeah, of course, like $1 million, it won't get you. $1 million isn't the same $1 million as in 1920, but $1 million is definitely a head start to where a lot of people. I wonder what's the percentage of if somebody was given $1 million, what's the percentage of people that will actually swim versus the people that will sink? And I really think that a lot of people, a lot of people that probably never had the opportunity or anything like that, they'll possibly make something happen out of that. So, just like it really depends on the person. If a person just feel like, what, $1 million is gonna last me the rest of my life and it's gonna be cool for my kids, then you crazy. Like, it's not gonna last like that. $1 million, you'll have a nice house. Let's just say if you get a house that's like what, 400,000, 600,000, the upkeep on it, you're gonna have to make sure that's cool. And then, like, yeah, you'll end up running through that money. So the hell they gotta do with any? Wait, Linux is the way to save old computers. What? Definitely 100. I want to refurbish computers to give them new use. Okay, to use instead of landfill waste. Oh, I see what you're talking about now. I want to refurbish computers. That's cool. It's like if you do that, you'd have to think about how much money that you're putting into these refurbished computers to update them with Linux and everything. And honestly, question, is Linux this fail-proof plan that's going to be the new wave of technology for computers? Like, I don't know. So I'd have to do some more research on Linux and everything. I'm gonna have to look at the stocks, see what the stocks are looking like in that. But technology is the wave. So refurbishing computers, yeah, you can make some money off of that. I remember, like, it was a computer shop that was down the street from the house. They went out of business and everything because I guess they had, I don't know, because they used to fix like DVD players, TVs, and TVs then got so cheap to the point to where it's like you can get a big screen TV, let's say for $200, but it will cost like $150 just to get it replaced. So now big screens then got to the point to where it's kind of not worth repairing. They'll just get a new TV. It is growing since Windows 11 is crashing like pancakes. I'd have to look into that. But I do believe technology is definitely the wave because since the inception of computers, like, we haven't looked back. They always just been making things better and better and better and better. And I don't think it's going to change anytime soon. So it's best to try to get whatever you can with that. You got the people that will buy Lamborghinis and Richard Milles, and then you got the people that would invest it, like you were saying, and grow it. Yeah, because a Richard Mille, that's 100,000 or 200,000 right there, and you get some crazy Cuban chain with a crazy medallion or whatever, like 40,000 on the chain, or 60,000, 80,000 on the chain, and then like another 80 on the piece and stuff. So there's some financially literate people that's out there, and then you just got some dumbasses that will go out there and spend it like as fast as it came, it'd be as fast as it leave. Linux is a new breath into old machines. Yeah, yeah. I'd have to check that out, man. Uh, what the? Yeah, his mama popping it though.
You got $1 million, you only comfy. If you got $1 million, you rich. Because if you can't make 10 million out of 1 million, you ain't worth a quarter.
Sora 2 video generation is not available in our region.
It is if you're on our list.
Ain't worth a quarter. God damn. She said $1 million is comfy. I mean, old girl has $250,000 worth of jewelry. And she barely made $1 million. She spent $250,000 on jewelry.
Who?
I wouldn't buy one fucking piece of.
Now, who will barely be a millionaire and then spend $250,000 on jewelry? That's just like what 33rd was saying. Like, you got people that get a little bit of money and then they do some foolish shit with it. Now, jewelry, depending on what type of pieces you're getting, they'll hold their value. If you was to get like pure gold or something like that, it could increase through time, but 9 times out of 10 people are 9 times out of 10 people are putting diamonds in their gold and stuff like that to where that drops the value and stuff. So it's just like you really have to like, and then that's another thing. I was about to say you really have to get with the right investors or like financial advisors, but then you'd have to make sure your financial advisors aren't doing funny things, you know. So once you start getting a lot of money, it's kind of like a dog eat dog world. 6ix9ine is a perfect example. 6ix9ine, he had issue with his taxes. Dude made hell of a lot of money, and the crazy part about it is like, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know how Richard Millie hold a value, but if you had to pay, let's say, a couple million in taxes, and you got 10 Richard Millies, of course you're gonna have to liquid. You're gonna have to turn all your assets into liquid. So whatever watch that you have, that's gonna have to be sold. The Lamborghinis that you have, that's gonna have to be sold. If you have a big old house, that's gonna have to be sold. So, you know, it's just it's really how you maneuver with your money. And fortunately for a lot of these people, they're very young, you know. If you get somebody that's in their 30s and their 40s doing the same shit, then it's like, yeah, y'all some goofies. To where it's like you may not have grown up being financially literate, but you should see by the time that you're making, you know, a hell of money, you should try to find ways to invest and flip. Plug is 1 terabyte hard drive. Used to be a Windows 10 PC. Y'all miss anything? 12 gigs RAM, 1 terabyte hard drive. It used to be Windows and Windows 10. So what the specs now? Yeah, low key. And honestly, on some real stuff, is it's more dumb people. And I'm not saying that I'm just like the smartest person out there, but there's more dumb people than smart people. So I'm not gonna lie. Majority of the conversation, I'm pretty sure, is gonna go in the direction of spending it on frivolous different items. Majority is gonna spend it on frivolous different items. The next category are people that's gonna invest, but they're gonna invest into the wrong thing. And then the third category after that are the people that's gonna invest into the right portion. But I think that would be on a smaller scale. Because, you know, I know different people that, you know, we was talking about this dude, Sterling, and I had a conversation with him also and stuff, but um in this video he was stating like he's gonna be a millionaire. He don't know how he's gonna do it, but he's gonna make it happen. And I'm not gonna say that that's dumb, but you need some type of insight to what you're actually doing. It's not just gonna happen out of nowhere. So, you know, I believe some people think that they'll be making the right decision on their investments, but in totality, overall, it would be the wrong investment to invest in. Like when you said profit, yeah, not making any more of it. Yeah, they're not making no more land, so you definitely should get into real estate. The market fluctuates up and down, but you know that's something that, and that's one of the reasons why it's going to go higher, because the only thing people can do with property now, like once a lot of space is occupied, all they can do is just start building upwards. You know, and that's why you notice in certain places that they're building multi-level units. 2-story, 3 stories, 10 stories type of stuff or whatever to house more people. Now, the demographic of people that you think that's going to be housed there could be whatever, but that's what they're doing. Linux Mint is a free operating system. Owning a piece of dirt, a big thing these days. Yeah, because it actually has potential. You donate to further research and development of future releases. Yup.
Jury with $1 million. I wouldn't spend $1 on jury. She said she just chat GPT 5 to 10 million. 5 to 10 million. Baby, if somebody give you, if you sitting on $500,000, you call me. I'ma help you flip it. If you sitting on $500,000, I'ma help you get to 10. I'ma help you get to 5 real quick. Do y'all know it's people out here selling ice cream cones? Look, it's people in California that selling ice cream cones making $1 million, baby. Selling ice cream cones. These people broke in.
Yeah. People it's all about hustle and stuff. Classic, if you had 1 million, what would you do with it? If I had $1 million, I'd have to think about how much I actually invest. I know I can invest if that's after taxes and everything, because you definitely got to get Uncle Sam out the way, but definitely diversify my profile, have some stock investments, and then some physical locations that you can actually go into. Like I was saying, it's not that hard to have a chain of vending machines, a laundromat, you know, real estate property, get a house or 2 houses. Well, to be honest with you, the $1 million, yeah, let me get a property. I'll try to spread it out. Let me get one property to where I can rent that out. Let me get a little food truck or something to where I can have people working with that. If I have enough for a laundromat or something, you know. And then on top of that, it's like in real life, once you have different assets like that, you can lean against those assets to acquire more. So let's just say I outright buy a laundromat. You can go to the bank and get a loan. Let's say if it's worth, the crazy part about it is I got $1 million. The laundromat that I own, it costs 300,000. I can go to the bank and get a lien against that business for another 300,000, or it's going to have potential earnings of 700,000, 800,000. Well, I need that, so you can do that and make more money. So it really depends on what you plan on doing with it. But yeah, I definitely start investing real quick. Like I don't even know how much I'd invest in Tesla, but I invested in that before, made a couple thousand back on that. So it's just finding what's the next thing that you can actually make money on. And I'm looking at some other companies right now that's kind of technology based that I plan on investing. And it is what it is, man. But some people not even thinking like that. That is all super constructive, smart thing. That will build it. That's the right mindset. Yeah, you definitely want to invest in things that people need. So, you know, like since I do music and everything like that, it wouldn't be smart to go, oh, I'm gonna have a music store. Everybody don't listen to music. You need to invest in stuff like water, the laundromat. Like people have things to do laundry at their house, but well, I wouldn't say majority, but there's a big population of people that don't. So yeah, man. Uh, you just gotta be smart with your stuff overall.
Here you giving financial advice. Girl, I'm trying to help them understand get a rich man tomorrow and try to figure out how to give him a baby. You know what you do if you get a rich man? You figure out how to help him flip that money. You get on this people and trying to get them features, and you start reaching out to people trying to get them posts. Girl, if y'all, man, if I would have had this back in the day. Girl, you could sell wedding dresses and make $1 million. You could sell prom dresses. There's so many things that y'all could be doing besides trying to get a baby by only gonna slow you down.
Shit. She got the right mindset. You know, wedding dresses, prom dresses. Now, weddings, it's like the prom dress is like, damn, there are people that's graduating or having a prom every year, but that's kind of seasonal. Weddings, people get married throughout the year, anytime, but you'd have to look up how often people are getting married to see what that actually looked like. So, yeah, that's kind of questionable.
A baby only gonna slow you down. A man is looking for you to bring like you a whole female. They looking for you to have some ideas like, all right, let's do this, and this. Girl, you better ask my husband what I did when he gave me $100,000. Rich and successful people ain't online bashing people all day. Yes, they is. Tasha K over there with a
What the fuck? She just said rich and successful people aren't online bashing people every day, and she's gonna say yes they are. Tasha K, she's making a living off of that. So that's her whole job. Her whole job is to expose people and all that stuff or whatever. So that's kind of different. But I would say you don't see rich and successful people tearing down other people's businesses unless they're like in competition or something. But 9 times out of 10, if you come across somebody that's rich and successful, they look at other people and what they're doing to be rich and successful, and they're not necessarily judging them. You know, they basically kind of mind their own business unless it start affecting theirs. You know?
oh, shit, Dr. Gallagher with a couple million. Dr. Gallagher with a couple million. Tokyo done made a few million. Shit, you better stop lying. There's some people on this internet, honey. Internet.
You know what I'm saying? All these people talking all this millionaire talk. I need to definitely step my stuff up to where I'm going to be on some millionaire type of shit too, man. Like, I'm seeing other people, like that dude in that video that he was talking about, like, yeah, you know what? To be honest with you on some real stuff, I know I said that you do need to actually have a formula and a plan behind it, but at the end of the day, at least he has that in mind. Maybe he didn't speak properly by saying like, "Oh, I don't know how I'm gonna get it." You know, he could be just not cliche about it, but he could just be speaking in the moment because you see that he had like 500,000 subscribers. So instead of criticizing that, I should be more willing. And I'm not criticizing on some like, oh well, he's not gonna do it, but just on the outside looking in from those statements, you do have to have some type of idea. So the best thing to do is to question what type of ideas do you have to actually get there, because that's the same type of stuff that I'm on. I never really had the goal per se of talking about a millionaire. I do have plans of getting certain things together. And I'm not even gonna speak on it and stuff because once you start speaking on things, you're gonna have haters that's gonna try to get in the way of that. But I do have plans that I'm about to execute on because there are certain avenues that I opened up already, and it's just about really about following through. So soon would you do a million? You'll get there, bro. Yeah, for sure, man. Like the thing is that I know exactly what I plan on doing. I know what I am doing, and it's just a matter of sketching out how are you getting there, and how long is it going to take you realistically, because you can't just say, oh, it's going to happen within the next 30 days or whatever. It could happen, but you have to have the actual blueprint behind it. So I'm definitely gonna think on that, and then I'm gonna reach out to other like-minded individuals, because I'm not the only person that think business wise and everything, and I'm not the best businessman. But if I get around other people that do business also, it'll help me step my business up. You know, to inspire. Not to just hate and put down the next person or whatever. So yeah, man, things are about to change very soon.
Honey, you see why I say y'all don't make no difference. Now you can't make no money talking shit to the person that's giving you the lesson. See, what I would have did was I would have got off this call and DM'd me on this page, because I can't really see, because I can really see what's going on this page more than I can the other page, and I would have said, Mom, I'm gonna get my income taxes. How can I flip that shit? That's what I would have did. But no, you get on here so that I'll never talk to you again in life. Y'all think I just block people? You think I just block people because I can't take it? I don't have tough skin. I block people because I want to make sure that I do that. I want to make sure they get nothing off my table. That's why I block some of y'all, because it'd be like, she's so far gone, she ain't gonna never get it. I'm the only person on this internet that's figured out how to make 4 or 5 different streams of income, already pushing each grandkid up the ladder. Why the fuck would you argue with me? And I be talking to y'all. Y'all don't know nobody that makes money that be talking to y'all on this damn internet. That's how dumb and psychotic y'all are. Well, I would have said, Mom, you know what I know how to do here? I just about to get my income tax. How do I go get? You don't ever gotta worry about that. As long as my son lives, he ain't gonna never be poor. I'ma check out and let y'all have the floor, because y'all got all the answers. And I'ma go spend my weekend with my motherfucking grandkids and my husband and do what I've been doing.
Yeah, so she sure had a lot to say, man. And shout out to Lola Lee T for that video, man. This whole situation is very wild. And y'all hit me up on the next one, man.